New York lawmakers have voted now to extend the eviction moratorium until the end of August. The moratorium provides protections for tenants who have been financially hurt by the pandemic and can't pay rent. But now there are growing calls to help landlords who are also feeling the impact of all this. Allie Peters joining us live with where everything stands now. Allie.
Yeah, the bill that extends that moratorium was just signed within the hour by Governor Cuomo. Now area landlords who tell me they've lost a lot of money over the past year are preparing for what's next. Rich Tyson, a local housing provider, says the extension of the moratorium means landlords take a big hit.
So at the beginning of last year, I owned 37 properties with approximately 95 units in it. That number will probably end up being around 7 properties with 23 units in it by the end of this year.
With less money coming in from rent payments, Tyson has to sell some of his properties. And oftentimes, they go to companies that aren't in the area.
I don't love the idea of absentee housing providers. They're not people that engage in the community. They're not driving by the properties they own. They're not taking what little profits they may be making and putting them back into either revitalizing neighborhoods.
He also says when tenants don't pay, there's a rippling effect.
There's a lot of proactive maintenance that we're not able to stay on top of for good tenants that are paying rent because we're suffering the losses on other properties. You know, people think that there's a big margin on rental property, and there's not.
Others are happy lawmakers extended the moratorium. Barbara Rivera with the Citywide Tenants Union says it allows tenants to keep their homes and figure things out.
I've spoken to tenants where they said, you know, like, if it wasn't for this moratorium, I probably wouldn't have had time to go find a job.
But concerns aren't over for tenants. Once the moratorium is lifted, they're expected to pay back rent in full.
I feel like it's setting people up for failure. It's setting people up for a lot of hardships. Like, it's bad enough that, you know, we already have evictions and things like that going on to tenants' background. So when landlords do background checks and stuff like that, it's going to affect them.
Now, Tyson also tells me there has not been much help from the government for landlords. He says landlords often aren't eligible for PPP because they're not on payroll. Live in Rochester, Allie Peters, News 8.
Allie, thank you. The bill extends New York's current moratorium placed on residential and commercial evictions from May 1st to August 31st, to be exact. The bill allows a temporary stay on most tenant evictions for at least 60 days, as long as tenants submit a form declaring financial hardship and/or job loss because of the pandemic.